Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my afternoon tea time and a card. I'm just going to give it a few seconds for everyone to find me. So I had to do this twice. I couldn't get on for some reason. I didn't think this one was going to work also. Facebook has been doing some really weird stuff lately. Hello everyone. So today is afternoon tea time and a card. I'm actually going to do a card fold for you. I'm going to start by bringing in some pretty paper to show you that I'll be using today. It's the Expressions in ink, and all of the first side I'm going to show you, they all have gold foil on them. They're so pretty. This one is like in the center of each flower. You can see the little shiny centers. Look at this one. This is similar to the card I did last week, you guys, with the rubbing alcohol Stampin' blends technique. You'll see this one too. Some of these look so similar to the backgrounds that I did last week. This one has a bunch of flowers. And then the other side does not have the gold. It's just some plain colors, but look at the funny, funky, I love this one. The funky designs that we've got. So this is the paper I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be making a center bridge card fold. I'm going to bring it in flat. This is what it looks like. And then it opens up this way. You can see how that little piece in the middle makes the bridge, thus why it's called a bridge fold. And then I added a piece on the back also. So that's what we're making today. Now, when this is folded, you can fold it either way. And what I would do is make a 6x6 envelope to put this in. It's a square card when you're done with it. So let me go ahead and bring in what I'm using. I'm using the Artistically inked stamp set along with the artistic dies. You can see here that I've got some of the dies out that I'm going to show you that I used. For the sentiment on the front, I'm using the Word Wishes dies. Now, a little tip about these dies that I like to tell everyone, it's hard to read these because they're all facing down. And if you actually take one and face it up, you still really can't tell what this spells out. So I took a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. I cut all of the dies and I glued on the back of my magnet sheet so that I can quickly glance over and see what the wording is on all of these dies. And this is mostly holiday related. So just a tip for you. And then I'm also using the 2020-22 in color square gems. Now I've got the happy birthday stamp image, Mango Melody ink pad, and I've already gone ahead and cut out the die cuts just to save time. I've got a sponge here I'm going to use for the liquid glue. So on the flower, I used the thick basic white cardstock only because there's no backing to this and it's a thicker cardstock so it won't bend easy. And then I've got 2 layers for my sentiment. So Mango Melody and Magenta Madness. And I'm going to bring this close so you can see how I layered the sentiment so that the Magenta Madness color is peeking through. And I'm going to show you how I did that. And what else? I've got my layers. So we're going to start out with a Magenta Madness 5.5 by 8. Another strip for the bridge portion, and that's 5.5 by 1.25. And then for the designer paper, I've got 5 strips here, and those are all 1 inch by 5.25. And then 2 pieces, the designer paper and the basic white for the back. These both measure 2 3/4 by 5.25. And this actually was a 6-inch sheet. I can't remember where I'm trying to put. Well, this goes together somehow right there. So whatever was left over on my 6-inch sheet, I'm going to use on the back for the strip just to use it up. So let's get started with the scoring. And I've got a little diagram to show you guys. It's very simple. So 8 by 5.5. And we're going to score at 1 1/4, 2 1/2. And you can continue this way, or you can just flip this and do the same thing. But I'm going to continue this way since that's what my pattern has on it. So 5 1/2 is the next one, and 6 3/4. So again, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. That's it for scoring. So now I'm going to go ahead and score everything, or fold everything on the score lines. And you're going to fold opposite each other. So in on the first score line and out. So you got your mountain fold and your valley fold. Okay, so that's all there is to folding. This card is so easy, you guys. We're going to glue this to the inside. And I'm using a different pattern for this piece. On this one, I had used the one with the multiple colors. This one has more of the 2 or 3 colors on it. Next, we're going to glue the side pieces. And what I did is I did one side with the Mango Melody and one, or right here, and then one side with the Magenta Madness. So let me find those pieces. Okay. So now I'm going to go opposite this time. I'll put the pink color on this side. So there's the 2 strips. This is going to be such a quick card. And then this is the one with the Mango Melody. But you can see how the Magenta Madness as my card base really makes the colors pop. There's strip number 2. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the back side. So again, we had a little piece left over. I'm going to put that right at the top. And I'm just going to eyeball that. And then we'll do the sentiment. Oh, you guys agree? Aren't these colors pretty? I think any of the patterns from this paper pack just scream color. Okay, now we're going to ink up the happy birthday. And then that's going to be glued on the back side. Let me move my ink pad. I know you guys always cringe when you see an open ink pad when I'm trying to glue my layers together. Okay, so this goes. And that gives that enough room there to write a little note, a little love note. Now we're going to do the bridge portion. That's these 2 pieces. I'm going to layer the designer paper. And then what I did, I kind of used my scoring tool, my little lovely little black line, and I kind of found my center. My black line is also showing right up here, so I know that I'm in the middle. So let's see, I'm going to go, so I need to go 2 3/4. So 1, 2, is that the right? And then 1, 2, yeah. I'm going to go 2 3/4 from my center point. I'm going to add glue just to the ends because that's the only piece that's going to be glued. Okay, let me make sure I get this right again. I'm going to do right in the middle. Just to make me eyeball this, I'm going to fold this over. And look how easy that was to glue in place. So that line kind of helped me, guide me to the center point. Okay, now, so when you get ready to put this in an envelope, again, you're just going to either fold this way or fold this way. Now, let me bring all my die cuts in. We're gonna do the flower first. So let me get some liquid glue. Now I know that my flower only needs glue in the middle. You don't want to put glue behind what's going to stick out. So all I'm going to do is flip this over, and I'm kind of going to go branch to branch. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to tap straight across. That's enough glue. And now I'm just going to set this on here. I'm going to press it down so I can press flat. And there's my flower. And you could color this if you want, but I think the white really stands out against the background. Now for the sentiment, I've got one of each color. So I did the happy day. So this could be used for several different occasions. Let me get some more glue. Now this is where I have the color peeking through. So I'm going to add glue to the Mango Melody layer first. And then I'm going to place that so it just barely goes right by the little loop in the middle. And then bring it down. Okay, so you guys can see how that outlines. Isn't that pretty how it outlines the Mango Melody? We're going to do the same thing with the other, the day, the word day. So again, I'm going to go below the little loops on the inside and go down some. Whoops, that one went on there crooked. Okay, there's my day. And then we're going to glue that to the front. So I'm going to start out with the word happy. And that's going to go about here. Make sure it's nice and straight when you glue it on. I can't believe how quick this is going to be today, you guys. Of course, it helps to have everything cut out. There's my day. Okay, now I'm just going to press on this, make sure it's nice and flat. And then I'm going to bring in my jewels. And instead of putting them straight like a square, I opted to turn them a little bit so they look like little diamonds. Because we can do that. We can put them any way we want. There's that one. I like these. These are so cute. And look at that. My card is done already. I would have had time to make another card with you guys, but you know what? I made this card like 15 minutes ago, right before I went live. So again, this stands up. Let me just make sure, like a bridge. This middle part is your bridge. So bridge fold, a center bridge card fold. This is what it looks like, flat. And then here's the pattern with the really easy score lines. So I know you guys can do this. I hope you like my card for today. Let me bring this down a little bit. I get a little bit too high. And really, if you don't have the expressions in ink designer paper, you're missing out on some beautiful paper. So thanks so much for joining me, everyone, and I hope to see you again next week. Have a good remainder of your week. Bye-bye.